Admiral is on board.
Prepare for battle.
Thank you so much, Sheever. Yes, indeed, we are here, Trent. It is the grand finals. It's all come down to this. A ton of group stage that didn't matter, and then the playoffs mattered, and now we're here, and it's Virtus Pro versus OG. How you feeling?
Great. We have 2 leagues, 2 grand finals, 4 best of 5s, all culminating here, and it's familiar faces. We're already battling in the mid.
Oh God, No Tail. Don't let it happen. Don't be first blood. It never ends well. No Tail. Oh wait, but the roll around, the turnaround, and maybe nobody's gonna die. All right, how anticlimactic. I thought that was gonna be
That's
better.
good. No, this is excellent. They just started things swinging. All right, series just started. Already got 5v5. Okay, almost 5v5 mid. Seb was a little busy getting some wards down here. He wants to kind of spot what's happening. But yeah, this should be great. Very similar to game 1 of OG's last series draft-wise, right? Where they're bringing out this Clinks again, as the panel was talking about. And it was a similar concept that they needed on the side of Viking, where like it's all about those earlier fights and everything. And this time, I do think Virtus Pro does have quite the lineup for it too. I think that Clockwork was an excellent 9th pick for OG, though, I have to say. That hero just seems to answer like a lot of problems, and it's coming out from a position 5, which is another benefit of having this Clinks, right? Like opting into some of these melee position 5 heroes a little bit easier.
Right, you're not going to get as heavily punished most likely against what could be kind of an oppressive lane, although they are going to switch it up now, and they're going to send the Sven up here and have the 2 sisters together for some early harassment as they see No Tail already. But you can see the reaction. Mid 1 gonna run on down bottom, and they're going to be able to swap this up at least a little bit for now. So it looks like we might have some musical lanes here to begin. Not sure if Seb is gonna sort of make the whole jaunt himself, or he's gonna stop and jungle along the way, but already a little bit of a departure coming from OG.
He's just TP in.
That's the way to do it.
Now that of course leaves options though, if they notice.
No Tail. Lots of damage out early on, and took a lot of damage earlier. This time it's gonna cost him. Epileptic Kid drawing first blood.
Seb's just sitting there like, I really can't help you, man. I'm sorry. But I think they just scattered that on the ward, and oh yeah, look at that. Ilias was also going back there trying to grab a courier, but they sniped that with their or at least they understood that. Oh, actually, no, he was just waiting for the clock. Well, that's kind of funny. Well, that ended up saving his courier at the very least. But Crystal Main TP's down the bottom lane. Lina to follow, and they are chasing that Clinks. And they're committed to this, though, because Seb TP top.
Right, yeah, they can't do the whole switcheroo this time around. As over to the side, they're going to go on to mid 1 again, and VP wanting to play really aggressive. They have Mango still on CM, but the right click's coming through, and needs one more touch, and they will get it. Ilias picks up another one.
And now that's a question. What do you do as mid 1? Does he TP top and then just force Seb to go jungle and Soxa soaks bottom?
I mean, maybe. There's a lot of damage on the DM, by the way. No
he's coming back bottom.
Interesting, because Seb did have a TP up.
Yeah.
Okay. So mid 1 thinking that he's going to be able to make this work regardless of the fact that there's some very dangerous heroes in here. And in fact, they get a pull off, at least a little bit of one, which is going to even out the distribution. Looking at mid a little bit, GPK facing off against the Morph. There at least also Kunkka's having a good game, 13-3 versus 7-1. So all across the lanes right now, Virtus Pro really coming out swinging in this game number 1.
Yeah, mid 1 ends up invising and trying to chase down a courier, and now he's just going to try and grab the wave, but he was a bit too early. Now he goes back for it. He's got the aggro now, but this still doesn't look particularly great. He has no TP. Save won't be able to get there in time, though, so he is just going for a long hike with these creeps.
I mean, at the very least, CM is like the slowest hero in the history of Dota. So that's something where it's like going to be hard for her to track him down, but this can't feel good as your position 1. So often mid 1's been that guy that's just like AFK farming while everybody else makes stuff happen. And 100% win rate looks good, but it's one game.
And I saw someone just ping the camp. They're like, yo, Ilias, just stop chasing him. Can you just stack that, man?
Yeah.
Like, we got a separate game going here with the Sven.
Well, and they're going to roll onto Lina down bottom as well, trying to slow him up on Soxa here. But Soxa gets boots delivered, and then it'll be perfectly fine again. Yeah, you know, looking at all 3 lanes right now, it's doing absolutely great for Virtus Pro. They're having a great time here.
Yeah, Thompson's, of course, always going to be a bit of a nuisance with his regen shenanigans. But guess what? It's a Kunkka. So he does similar plays. GVK TP's home with the X, and he's right back in here at full HP, mana, and the bottle to boot. 64% win rate in 11 games. Not bad. It's over 500. We'll take it.
Oh, God. That's a big one, though. 89. Over 9 games. All right. Well, we'll see how he does. There's some interesting heroes to sort of replicate into in this game as well. I think Kunkka can be okay from time to time. Depending on if he ends up getting like an Aghanim, switching into Sven's pretty nifty.
You know what else is good? Is Earth Spirit again.
Ooh, there you go.
That's the plays. That's all they do. Thompson just wants to play Earth Spirit. And 2 of them is definitely better than 1. That is for sure. It seems to be outpacing the Earthshaker at this point, honestly.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Going to get clocked there by a couple quick stuns, but then heads off in the other direction. 4-minute mark, Sox is going to make the runaround, picks up the Arcane Rune, taking that one away from the Kunkka, who is currently underneath a ward that was placed down a little bit earlier. But it feels like things have settled down a little bit over the last couple of minutes here.
Oh, kind of. Mid one's just looking for recovery. This would be a great way to try and get something back for him in his 9 last hits.
Oh, No Tail moving in. The cogs are there. Everybody shows up to try and mess with DM. And
oh, please don't lose anyone for this.
Go down.
Yeah, you can't trade 1-for-1 with a 4-hero gank. That's for sure.
I mean, space created? I don't know. I just feel okay.
I mean, what does mid one get for that? That's like a creep, right?
Yeah, right.
Yes, 22 gold. Oh, sick.
This'll come
Get some free time at least. Because, yeah, man, dude's been hurting. 11-6 right now on him. Mid, GPK not quite able to connect there on with the Torrent. And instead, they're going to bring the party up top again.
They actually want revenge.
Oh, my God. Dude, poor mid one.
Get away from me. He has no vision up here either.
Oh, Invis? Dust is out, but can't get the range. So bringing 3 heroes top again and not able to get that kill.
I'll TP mid for the save attempt.
Okay. Keeps them from diving. GPK able to live. A very weird game so far. At that 5-minute rune, it looks like they were trading off the bounty runes as well, pretty evenly. Still has one more to pick up on the other side of the map. Gonna go slightly into the favor of OG, it looks like.
Dire are
I
scanning.
can tell you, Epileptic Kid looks pretty happy, man. Chilling in the lane, farming some creeps. The supports were stacking a little bit. They're just constantly berating and harassing the opponent position 1. One of the better Sven starts we've had in a while. Hero's been struggling a little lately.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, you know, when somebody starts playing it and it ends up looking really, really good after a while, it, like, eventually just ends up turning the other way. Seb there stole 2 of the big creeps away from Epileptic Kid. Gave him the tip afterwards. Just to let him
you know, say like, okay, well, I can convert that gold into Dota plus points for you there, bud. Some shards.
But yeah, again, very slow until we see those early rotations.
Epileptic Kid's trying to get a kill with Godstrike here.
Is under attack.
And he goes for a not so sneaky ward.
Well played by Seb, like just recognizing the inherent danger there. He's also bringing out some raindrops for himself just to try and live through all this magical burst. Raindrops seem like such a value pickup this game against VP's lineup.
Yeah. I mean, with the, you know, the supports are gonna have to be there to help the Sven, so that's just gonna try and help mitigate some of that damage. Unfortunately, it is a lot of burst though, so you have to, I don't know if you're gonna get a second block in those 7 seconds, you know, if it's a God Strength kill.
Rolling again, trying to find the LSA is gonna connect afterwards, tries to get the push out and actually gets No Tail away from him. So that will keep him surviving. And down bottom, Thompson has a haste run, thinking about switching over into somebody else, but is just gonna come over and steal the creeps. He wasn't able to connect for a full gank attempt. They had that ward there scouting his movement the entire time.
Yeah, even with all that armor, that's a bit freaky going into a Sven lane where he might be able to pop on you.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there's a lot of burst that you're talking about. But right now, I mean, you look at the way that they're playing right now in Virtus Pro, and it's very much how we've seen these other games go, where just stack up Ancients, stack up camps all around the map, and just let Sven eventually take them all away.
Oh man, that Ancient camp is so annoying on Radiant. Yeah, I can't believe he didn't get that. I thought he had it.
Yeah, it's pretty keyword sentry, but Torrent comes through afterwards, and Saka will be found. Okay, gets another kill. On the board.
I appreciate the commitment there of not just trying to roll away right away. I mean, he was getting rid of that sentry one way or another.
Yeah, there you go. You gotta get something.
That kill, they come up, they salve DM, and now they want to get a little bit of a surprise play. They're not going to opt for a smoke or anything, but there's actually not a defensive ward anyway here. Hoping that this sentry that's down will essentially cover this movement in from them. So far, they still haven't seen the lean. Now they see the lean, obviously, and
yeah.
The whips on the LSA.
A couple missed opportunities here. Playing against OG, you can't afford to just like be not connecting onto these gank kills, it feels like. Something that might come back to haunt him later. DM now has level 6, but you can see mid one is playing so
Radiant's
safe
middle
right now,
tower
playing
is
as
under
far back
attack.
as he possibly can
Radiant
to make sure he doesn't get
structures
caught
are
out.
fortified.
And this leaves open a ton of space around the rest of the map for, you know, Seb to just farm away, and got Option that's taking over their camp as well. They'll catch No-Tail here, gonna pin him to his own cogs, and they will bring him down. Again, 3 heroes.
Oh, mid one. He got caught out.
What is he doing? He's
He
in
got
trouble.
the angle, dude. He got angled by DM there through the trees. That was a nice play. They are definitely setting the pace right now. And OG, they're essentially trading farm on Seb for farm on mid one, partially because of the way that he's like a magnet and pulling all this VP aggression. And Seb's going for this Mech Greaves build to try and like create a 5-man moment, I would say, when that's done. But VIRTUS Pro are going to take a lot of map pressure while that's being built up. And even then, Klinks won't have necessarily that much damage. You can see his items are just not very fun looking at the moment.
Regeneration.
Yeah, he really does not have what he needs to get this going.
He's got the inventory. Like when you first start playing Dota, you start clicking items. That's what this looks like, you know? It's like, oh, that looks good. Yeah, mana regen. Ooh, corner staff. That sounds right.
Back towards the bottom lane, the boat goes out. GPK not able to fully kill all those Eidolons. Mid one's still hunting with Saksa there as well. The little sidestep, the okie doke. Chase down coming through. Can they get him? On the other side, No-Tail goes down, but GPK will be the bigger kill. Nice freehand torrent. And that will buy enough space for him to escape. But mid, there's a ton of pressure coming in. Thompson forces back DM, and DM might just be dead here. Oh, wait, no, the spear. All right, that's going to keep him alive at least. And I think that might stop the aggression.
I don't know, Catapult's still swinging. Thompson wants his value.
Dude, he's hanging out here. This is really close. So it's going to be deny range. But it looks like
no,
with
he
the
wants it, man.
afterwards. Trying to make a play here. Saksa is, and they're going to get the final touch onto that mid-tier 1 tower. So in spite of setting the pace,
they love the cheeky plays, man. They really do. Like that kind of a little commitment and play just to guarantee the goal, no denies. Those are those small little victories that all add up in Dota. That's like classic OG.
really impressive stuff. And like, you know, just wherever VIRTUS Pro is, OG is not. They're somewhere else making things happen.
So you can also see the warding from OG, right? Like here and here, trying to spot these little invasions in, but it's constantly through this top lane that they've been moving.
And look at this, 4 heroes make this rotation to get the tower. It gets denied, and they might not be able to connect to the kill either. Damn, dude.
They're trying hard with the tips between No-Tail and Seb, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, man. You gotta be so mad. Look at these guys. They're just chasing them. They're just literally chasing them around the map.
Oh, don't let them get in your head, though. You're still doing great as VIRTUS Pro.
Okay.
So I would say getting in here, he's stealing some neutrals. GM's on it, too. Everybody's farming. Life's fine right now. Mid one is still in recovery mode, but he has at least surpassed the Mars at this point, and I'm sure we'll be looking to catch him towards Seb as well, who has that mech coming. Mech done, and Greaves about 1,300 gold away.
Okay.
Oh, they're trying to find that angle. Man, they were just lurking on the high ground there.
Yeah, it does feel like one of those setup items, whether it be the Yules that Tim has queued up, or the Blink Dagger eventually is going to be so key to this.
Is that the, yeah, I knew you guys were there tip, so I set up one Eidolon. Is that how that was?
I think that's what that was.
Thank you for sharing XP with me. We all had a great time. All right, X is level 4. Oh, they go for the turret. Oh,
God, just barely out of range.
They actually had no detection there, too.
Yeah. Kunkka had a DD. Maybe he could have made some type of play there. He's almost at the Spirit Vessel also, which might be the point at which VIRTUS Pro are like, all right, let's try and go. I'm not sure. It just feels like every move that they're making They're not quite connecting from Virtus Pro, and OG is still farming in this game and getting, you know, a lot out of it. But like you said, Virtus Pro is still very strong right now.
And he wants that Magnum's build so he can play with his Earth Spirit like they always do. But that means no Dispel, right?
X-play, pulling him back in. It's a hard kill to get. The stun is there, but no armor because the strength form. And the beatdown commences. They find the kill. No kill goes down afterwards. Great combo from VP.
Yeah, that's an expensive save attempt there to get rid of that hook shot. It's one of your best abilities to create the counter initiation plays on your towers because there's no blink on your Enigma.
Now you have yourselves a very nice tier 1 tower to take on Virtus Pro. And they're going to come and invade the jungle. And mid 1 still just left trying to catch up playing farm game whenever possible. Same with Mr. Seb. I think this is the completed Orchid that's coming out for him, though. So that's something.
It is, yeah. And what does he try and sync up with? I guess probably an Earth Spirit and a Clockwork play.
DM still getting chased. The rest of VP is connecting, though. They can't overextend here. Epileptic Kid gonna throw out the stun. That's just to secure DM's retreat. They find him. Oh my god!
Oh, got him with the skewer. Dude, oh, shish kebab.
Oh, that was cool. I like that.
Man, these guys are stone cold. No tips on anything here.
No.
Everyone's been talking about VP super serious, or as Seth put it, very nerdy in the best possible way, as he said.
And they're on to 2 of them now. Can they bring him down in time? They will be able to find that kill onto DM. Everybody else from VP trying to back away. Boat's going to come in afterwards, going to connect onto mid 1. Almost dead in the Dragon Slave. Just barely gets the kill. Saving that fight.
All right, that was a nice all chat. Yeah, got him there. The downtown punk snag.
You know, I think that there's something to what you're talking about there too, right? Like if you think about the story of these 2 teams, Virtus Pro are very much like the underdogs. I think they're like average, you know, winnings or something is like 40K. And then you think about like OG and what they've been able to win and what this tournament would mean for Virtus Pro. The pressure is not on OG. This is like every day of the week for them.
Yeah, it was already a lot for these guys to get promoted to the first squad.
Yeah.
And now if you can manage to bring home a big tournament win after that, that's pretty huge. Everyone was in this tournament, right?
Totally. Yeah, all the top teams in Europe, CIS, they were all here. And Virtus Pro remain as one of the top 2 facing off against 2-time TI champions OG. Hoping to claim this one here in the grand finals. But 16 minutes in, it's less than 1,000 gold lead. They're up 9-2 in the kill score.
Middle tower is under
Can they
attack.
take it to that next level? Like BKB is going to be the next route for Epileptic Kid. He just wants to be able to farm after getting that Mask of Madness and the Echo Saber.
We got a haste rune on GPK though, so I would say that Thompson is a priority target right now. Continue to try and slow down that Aghanim Scepter, utilize your Spirit Vessel, and then move in for the Roche. Seb just wants BKB. We do have to, of course, keep that in mind. It is an Enigma that has wound up at the end of a draft with nothing to cancel him, short of an Abyssal at some point. If he goes through his BKB plays.
Tail going to be found again. As Frostbite comes out, quick swipes, tried to go for the hook shot, and was not able to escape from that one. And that might set us up for a pre-20-minute tier 2 tower into Outposts.
Oh, that's so tempting. I've seen teams falter on this before. Mind you, at the same time, mid one's getting his pressure on the opposite lane, and you know, considering how his game started, I would say mid one has done quite well in like getting value out of this hero. Maybe to what Seb kind of hinted at of not wanting to like talk about a little bit, like this idea of I can be bottom, I can be split pushing and stuff. And look, he drew GBK's TP down here. He didn't X or anything. Now GBK is phasing his way back top. That's interesting.
Yeah, I guess that's one of the big questions is like, do you fully commit to completing the TP and staying down there, or do you try and secure that other tier 2 tower? That's an interesting decision by VP, but they're just making sure they're not giving up anything for it.
Well, I mean, we haven't seen this Orchid be used, right? Like it hasn't amounted into like a solo support kill like you'd expect, which is probably like one of the big values you'd want of this hero. And that's largely because they've just been 5-manning, which is also why, despite it being 10-2 and feeling like VP are running this game, it's still only a 1K gold lead. In fact, the XP is actually much higher though, almost like 6,000. So They're not getting all the farm in the world, but they are definitely winning most of the fights.
And this bounty rune difference also explains some of that. Almost 2,000 gold from bounty runes for OG. But they're going to try and take down Roche now.
Yeah, they have a ward down here. I mean, I'm not sure if they've seen Seb. I mean, it doesn't matter. He steps in now, so they're just going to opt for the trade.
Okay. So they'll claim this one, and I mean, there's not that much pressure on the bottom tier too, it looks like.
No, mid one just kind of wasn't sure, I guess, on the movement. Didn't have a death pack going, so they're not even going to have to give up that bottom tower. As again, we're still about a minute away from 20 minutes, so there could be something here. They want to see if they can get a quick kill down bottom before the 5-man. This is a classic post-Roche play, right? You split up a little bit because you feel like you're ahead, so now OG are trying to punish that.
Okay, Orchid comes in, they miss on the roll though, save, throws out that LSA, going to connect, still living though. GPK looks like he's going to be fine, and now finding mid one. Can they get the angle on him? They're going to hit him with the stun, and now
Seb doesn't want any of this.
The Shade save, trying to back away. Sapsa will secure that kill, but it's going to come at a cost as they bring down 2.
That's pretty good for Soxa, I would say. I'm glad Seb didn't go back, and I don't think I would have really benefited him. There's no like big black hole play. He'd already used the Midnight Pulse as well. So take your trade there as Soxa. You got a streak off of the Lina. Plus, you're not going to be able to do anything in that death timer anyway. They can't really punish his absence.
Right. No, definitely. I mean, then now if you're VP, the question is like, what do you do with this next round of Aegis? They're kind of setting up to push down bottom a little bit here with the Aegis on to spend. He has the Abyssal Blade speed up next, so keeping an answer available for that EKB black hole that we know is coming. And I think
it's the budget version of the Agnums, right?
Yeah,
you know, it's like, I can't use it as much. It's not nearly as cool, but hey, at least it does something versus this Enigma.
Oh, and Ilias just got that ward scouted by mid one.
Mid one's highest contribution.
Guy. Well, we'll see if things change now. Thompson, it's got the Earth Spirit machine. Ready to go.
Bottom tower is under attack.
And possibly a group up here coming soon.
GBK is so close to this Agnums. It'd be nice to have the chaos sewn into these fights.
Yeah, that would make a big difference.
All right, guys, you ready for the strat to come together? Where are you, Thompson? Where are you, Soxa? Let's go.
So tell the people what makes this so dangerous.
All right, so this is why they first pick Morphling and Earth Spirit every single game they can. If you give this to them, it is coming out from OG. It is very similar to Morphling and Earthshaker. It's just a crazy Morphling who's just jumping around the fights constantly. He's better Earth Spirit. That's pretty much what it comes down to. Earth Spirit is held back by his stones, and Morphling just is always going to have the 7th when he morphs into like this.
There we go. Silence connects onto both of them right at the start. So much damage. Where's your BKB? Saving it for after the Aegis. Doing a lot of damage on the no-kill, but with the 1 kill, and now the sword on the boat afterwards. Connects onto boat. The chase down coming mid one is in trouble. Can they kill him off in time? Now trying to control Thompson. They pull him back in with the LSA afterwards, and that was not the fight that OG wanted. VIRTUS pro punishing.
Guys, those aren't Aeon discs, by the way. That's just Ilias getting levels.
Oh,
that's like a 3rd time it's happened to me this game.
That is crazy, crazy. No Tail is gonna drop at the end.
And the
really
GG tree is planted by No Tail there, you know. It's like, uh-oh. That wasn't too good, guys. That was our big fight. And yeah, they didn't quite get it. The initiation was very good. They blew up the Aegis with very low cost. And then Thompson rolled back. It felt like Thompson was like, okay, we got Aegis, get out. And everyone else was like, hey, this looks really good, guys. Maybe not on the same page there or something. And I feel like that kind of broke things up for them pretty heavily, because when you're down and you're fighting into Aegis, it has to be a very clean fight, which is something that OG are generally very good at.
Right.
But that looked a little fragmented.
Well, and I think that what you talked about there of GPK getting off that Torrent Storm, like imagine if that fight happens as they're like around this area before he was able to pick it up.
Yeah.
That completely changes the dynamic, because the 2-person Torrent into the 2-person boat, and like then they were just dead. And
it's actually one of the worst spots on the map for Earth Spirit Morphling to fight as well. Because there's no benefit to the terrain roll, really, in this giant square, right? Like, no one's really getting caught in those little pockets in the river. You think about that other area, like back by the secret shop and like cliffs and everything, you can do way more shenanigans.
Well, OG ready to go again. This is the one benefit, as you said, is that you don't have to worry about the number of stones for Thompson. So they have the ability to take another fight
You know, before they patched it, every time you switch back and forth, it gave you full.
Right into him. Good silence. Oh, LSA catches mid-roll. Okay, good play on to Thompson. They bring down GPK in time, though. He's still silenced. He's getting pushed back around. Nothing used from Kunkka in that fight. So they
lost
traded
Oxa,
1 for 1. And now can they find any more afterwards? Thompson's still looking for the chase down. He's got to be a little bit careful. Stun dodged by Thompson. Another LSA comes out, but they got to be wary. I mean, it's scary going up.
Got the basher.
Does have that basher. Good point. And the follow-up route is there, and now they got him under control. Armor going away, beat down. There's going to be the BKB black hole to make some space for Thompson to escape, but Epileptic Kid just lived through it all, doesn't care, and they will destroy him. Yeah, Thompson was leaving.
But he did not.
Oh, Seb, the spear barely catches him. Seb gonna be caught. Seb gonna be killed. Virtus Pro came to play in this game at number 1, and mid 1 is just tickling him. Doesn't do nothing.
Yeah, Mclaw can't make up for the deficit that he's at right now as a Clinks, that is for sure. Still not gonna be quite enough damage to solo a Sven.
And take a look. Yeah, that net worth just dropping off the chart there for him relative to where
So if I'm reading that right here, guys, that means Thompson's officially below average.
I think that's what that means.
It's quite the flame, SAP. I don't know. But yes, obviously his game is no longer going according to Thompson's plan. Okay, there. That's the positive stats there. They're trying to balance themselves out, I see. They don't want the flame tweets, you know?
Yeah, definitely not. There you go.
Oh, yeah, and also keeping a streak alive here for Epileptic Kid if he can keep this wins to 3 on the Sven with 1 more here. And I gotta say, it's definitely looking that way, especially ever since this Aghanims got picked up for the Morphling and OG finally decided to take their chances. They should not buy any lottery tickets today.
I mean, that's the thing, right? Is that it felt like it was a nice timing for them, but they were, I guess, so far behind previously that it kind of didn't end up mattering that much. Like, they were already in such a position where they couldn't fight. And, like, that last fight there, you know, that relatively speaking should have gone good for OG. Like, GPK didn't get anything off. He didn't even throw a boat.
Yeah, it was, again, another well-positioned fight for VP, though. Like, when you saw how OG had to engage after the kill into GPK, it's just... everything is nicer for the heroes on Virtus Pro, right? You're holding the high ground. You're able to control your spacing a lot better because the Earth Sphere died first. So there's only one of these guys rolling around to worry about as a support player. And it makes it a lot easier to play for Ilias and save.
Meanwhile, mid 1 taking the tier 3 tower bottom.
Top tower is under attack.
VPK shows up to stop the pressure, but that was a lot of damage to that tower. And now Ilias going to get caught here in the river with trying to take away that DD, and instead is going to be killed off. So OG able to outmaneuver Virtus Pro a little bit there and force a pick off.
Yeah, that was some Matador stuff right there, right? Waving the red cape down bottom on that tower. Oh, over here, please. Quick snipe onto your Crystal Main. But credit to Virtus Pro. That feels like what should have been happening a lot more this game, right? Like, that's kind of what OG have been trying to bait them into. And it's taken this long before we've really seen one of those moments. Roche timer coming up in 5 seconds. The big determining factor here. The Black Hole's back in 4. The Blink Dagger is nearly done for Seb. And if there's anything we've learned watching Pro Dota, guys, this is still an end-all be-all item. And remember, they still only have 1 cancel. And Sven tends to be a pretty big focus point in the fights. I highly doubt he's going to Black Hole without at least seeing the Sven and knowing the status of the Abyssal.
It's true, and like, there isn't that hero to sort of find the Enigma in the backline to break the blink.
They've drawn a line straight at him right now.
This is a little bit scary.
But he's got his blink.
Be careful.
Escape here. Oh, the timing.
Oh, the board. Oh my God, they got him with the ult. Wait, okay, the chase down.
Yeah, there you go.
There's the moment there was like, you missed all the trees.
I think he was just not in the position. He just wanted to ensure that he didn't get like a... Oh, I guess he didn't have raindrops left anyway, so he wasn't going to be able to blink.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So, Outpost traded off yet again with, what, 2.5 minutes left until the 30-minute mark, and yeah, OG are going to come to try and secure this one because they have a feeling that, hey, VP are going to take ours away.
That is good news for the OG fans out there, though, with that late Roche, because Seb will be back. They'll have the Black Hole. Everything will be up, and this is likely going to be the big one that they aim to fight for So mid one needs to try and create that moment for his team. He is no TP for 55 though, so that means it's going to be actually Thompson who's responsible for pushing this bottom lane out. Mid one going to have to hang out a little bit closer to the Roche pit right now. They're actually TPing Seb down bottom under vision of this Obs ward still left here from VIRTUS Pro. This is going to give a big hint as to their current plan. These wards, spouting couriers and everything is just amazing. Yeah, so they know they're baiting Thompson here, but they actually know that they're too far away because of the ward. Oh, it's so good.
Damn, dude. They came just that little bit beforehand.
Wards win games.
That's so good. And now, as you said, Roche is back up again, but they're going to still pressure down bottom. Like, there's still heroes here that are going to make it work. And because the tower's been hit so far, they're actually going to lose a tier 3 off of this probably.
I gotta give credit to Bubble. Man, he was playing so like, oh yeah, don't worry, they're definitely right behind me. Man,
oh my god, okay. This is crazy. Okay, Torrent Storm and the boat and VP used.
Killing the frames here.
And there's the Abyssal Blade used to chase down. Seb's still nearby with BKB, Black Hole, and Blink. And he's just gonna drop it onto Uplift again. There's a lot of damage. He still has the turnaround if he wants it, and Seb might just end up dying. They don't have enough damage.
Yeah, he doesn't have enough pulse.
Crazy. Oh, can they kill him in time? They will be able to though. And now GPK also going to go down. So OG have been able to finagle this win here. I mean, yeah, they lost 3, but they're going to also end up losing the Sven and maybe the Kunkka. No, not quite. They can't get him. Damn. What a weird game.
They kept them away from Roche. They need to rush that thing down, though. All right, 30-minute top DD rune spawn, go. Ice Frog, rigged the last 2 TIs. This will prove it.
Barely.
Not quite. The drawing wasn't really quite accurate enough, apparently. Sorry.
Illusion.
It was really close to having the outpost taken by Thompson as well.
Radiant's
He's 1
top
second
tower
away.
is under attack.
Oh yeah. Did they end with none? Oh, it was just deny. Yeah, I see. Quiver for this Lina. That's a great item actually. Who's taking that?
Sure.
Looks like Myers wants it.
Okay. Well, that 30-minute mark comes around. Both teams get the XP. They're going to claim this outpost, and as we've sometimes seen, maybe go into Roche afterwards. They do see Seb down bottom, and they know there's no black hole. So this
is the timing. No Tail, I'm sure, will be looking for a play.
Oh my god, they're going to go for a fight first instead. Huh.
This doesn't work as much of a bait, though, for exactly that reason. The flare comes through, so...
Right.
Now, mind you, do they have scan? They do have scan.
Oh.
We'll see if OG have their spidey senses tingling.
It was Radiant scan right next to mid one. They didn't quite catch him there, and they do spot out. Oh god. Okay, that's a way to break the smoke. And he will die. Does have buyback.
That's actually probably the best situation. What?
Like, what are you guys doing there? What's going on?
I mean, out of your heroes, that's the one you'd want. I guess No Tail had buyback too, so either support was kind of fine. That's going to give No Tail the space, seeing that depth, to take that outpost back. They do need to get some D wards up here, though. That is for sure.
See, this is what's weird, though, right? Is that they take that fight, and when it was like Black Hole was down, and now Black Hole's back up, and they're running into Roche. This is potentially scary. Seb's coming
another
over
ward, though.
Yeah, they spot him. They know that he's there. Hook shot comes in, gonna land onto one. Oh no! No! He gets him right at the start step. Gonna get drawn down. Oh, great play. They finished him off with the newly minted Aghanim, so now they're gonna pull back in Thompson. What a freaking reaction from VP.
Wards.
That was sick. That was a pre-cast Abyssal Blade, wasn't it? Oh, and now that
he just saw him.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. Yep. Brutal. Absolutely brutal.
What a great freaking play from VP, and now
they're actually just getting out-handled by Vision, like completely. The wards are really good this game, and it is crushing them.
So many great reactions, and as you said, set up by the work of the supports. There's the support dying down bottom. You know, we're going to give Ilias a break for the moment. Yeah, he's super dead. And this is going to be some pressure onto the tower, although it looks like they're going to take some tier 3s of their own. As up top, Virtus Pro trying to kill off this tier 3 tower, as Glyph has already been used. 20 seconds until clinch some more for backup. No buybacks available. Oh, but they do have a repair kit. What a butthead. This is the worst.
It's a great item, that one. There is an arena still here, but there we go, Seth. All right. Hold a little bit there.
Oh my god, they catch him again! Onto him, they're gonna blow up Saksa. That was the second spear mid-roll. Torrent connects onto 2. They buy back on a clockwork right away. Another Torrent comes out there. Unreal. Virtus Pro just able to force out that buyback, and they're sticking around.
This idea of them being very like disciplined and patient certainly showing through, right? Everything from that smoke from the Roche pit to looking for kills, and now a very subdued push on the high ground. They see the repair kit and they're just like, whatever, I can play more of this game.
Throws out that E-blade, nothing really doing with it. Now down bottom there is some pressure going on while this is happening, which you got to be a little bit wary of if you're Virtus Pro. And actually you can see mid one coming down here.
Yeah, he wants
a little bit of rat action. And if they can force a fight while all this is going on, Epileptic Kid, he's going to be XTP'd back. There's been a bunch of these ones, and now they're going to finally bring back DM.
Well, remember, he has a BKB, so I guess there is a basher, so there's still a risk on DM. That's why DM's going for the Abyssal.
Okay.
Radiant
He sees the future of what mid one's going to try and do this game. Between a Deso and an Orb of Destruction, it is a very good ratting game. Was that his scan? Oh, that was a Radiant scan. Okay. All right, mid one wants it again, though, before the back door's back. Go, 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 go.
Radiant's bottom barracks are
And is it going to be enough?
Oh, he's through, baby.
Wait, let's go.
Orb's too good.
Bit by bit by bit. And he takes it down.
has fallen.
Oh, man. Freaking
Dire's
mid one.
bottom tower
All right, that's
Guy.
crazy. That's just Orb and a Deso, though, on a hero that is pretty poor, thanks to, and then you just have Death Pact. Like, he's the poorest core in this game, and he can go through back door.
That's so silly. Like, Lena's almost ahead of him.
Yeah.
Maybe this is why they didn't want to talk about it.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Got more attack range now, too, but...
Look at Seb. Down here, Midnight pulsing
Radiant's
this
top
wave.
tower is under attack.
Yeah.
All right, VP. How
Dire's
determined are you in this mid lane?
Radiant's
All right, what's our
top
buyback
tower
as well? That's a great question for our supports over here. Who can throw their body in? Not no
At the start. Oh, there's a lot of damage, though, with the turnaround. The Torrent Storm is going to connect. Absolute destruction. They lose the Aegis, but the Abyssal Blade comes out. Free Lincoln Spear, and Seb just has to hobble away as the boat is going to land afterwards onto 2. As they chase through, almost got enough to kill off mid one there, but not quite in time. And Saksa again just rolls in, hits on a GPK, and he's done. Looking for more right now. Virtus Pro don't quite manage to get that timing back, but the stun is going to be there. The Torrent connects, and Thompson 2 is likely to fall.
I think they're taking him out to sea.
Damn, dude. Big plays coming from Virtus Pro. They force out another buyback, and with that, VP is going to back for a moment, regen up with the X plays, and they're going to be good to go again for round 2. Well, they're trying. Hey, he doesn't have BKB. He doesn't have Aegis. Well, stun. Okay, they just demolished mid one. And Sven is able to live through it. And with the Paladin Sword and Mask of Madness, he's going to heal back up. X comes out afterwards.
Oh, yeah, X. One ability. I cannot fault a single item purchase on the side of VP. I think the itemization was immaculate this game. That second Abyssal Blade, that's just your classic, like, knowing exactly what you need to win the game. And that's the answer, right? You're taking away these, like, sure, they're long shot win conditions, no doubt, with like these black holes and everything, but you're still removing those. You're just looking for every single out that's left for OG and denying.
Playing patient, never overextending. And there's a disarm there. It's annoying for Epileptic to deal with this, but they're going to beat down this building with the AC done on Sven. It drops it down that much more quickly. And that is 2 sets of racks down. But keeping in mind, down bottom, there's a big old creep wave there, and they're going to lose a set of racks themselves on Virtus Pro. Stun comes out. Going to land now onto the fence. BKB turns to fight, beats the crap out of Seb. No tails done as well. And with the BKBs out as well, they're trying to bring down Epileptic Kid. He's really low, but he's not going to get it. The torch comes out to save his life yet again. And with the life steal, it's going to be enough. Thompson now left alone. He also is going to be chased down. Oh wait, he dies to the Magnetize.
And Thompson's out.
So much damage get bashed from Thompson. Look at the damage coming from the Magnetize. Can they quite kill the rest of them off? Mid one trying to find the finish there onto DM. But DM will turn and DM will get away. And somehow they managed to stop the pressure while Tier 4's being assaulted in their base.
Yeah, he casually took 1182 damage from Morphling's Midnight Pulse because they're double Midnight Pulsing him.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's a really nice play, right? It stacks, obviously, because of the Enigma Aghanims, as it's built into the black hole, and that's why you can do the double. And so when you have a Morphling, you can also get, like, theoretically a third Midnight Pulse going if you had one on the Enigma, too.
Right.
Crafty stuff. Now, that's a comeback mechanic right there.
That is very, very interesting. Yeah, double Midnight Pulse is just, like, absolutely terrifying. Particularly against, like, all these big, tanky strength heroes. Like, 3 of them at just about 3,000 plus HP. And still a 30,000 gold lead. I mean, they've only gotten 10 kills in this game, OG. As Virtus Pro definitely the ones that are sort of setting the pace and leading the squad. But you said you can't leave out the possibilibilities of these BKB black holes.
Mid one has to be careful here. He has the gem, so they're gonna jump on that DM illusion just in case. But they're finally trying to get some control back vision wise. They're still holding the gem. They didn't lose it. Ilias's gem remains on DM. But now that there is a gem out onto mid one, you might be able to see a little bit better defense coming out from OG. I think the most impressive thing to me from Virtus Pro has just been the way that they've had this like multi-pronged approach to this game. Like they've had several objectives that had to be met, and they've just kind of slayed every single one. Like first they crush mid one, then they actually play aggressive and get inside that jungle and sort of push Seb out of there. So then he's farming side, and they took the towers really early on too, so it limited the space of this Morphling, because it is greedy when it's a Morphling mid, right?
Yeah.
And the more of the map you close out, it just gets harder and harder to run this strategy. And they didn't buckle under the Morphling Earth Spirit. They know that's the combo. They had their Aegis ready in time, and they forced the fight with the Aegis, which was very important, I think.
And like so many other teams would just have sort of allowed OG also to, if the, let's say that those fights weren't won, like OG would be split pushing, then you'd be giving up objectives here and there. VP, I'm so used to saying it the other way. they are still in a situation where, you know, they've got to take care of those lanes constantly. They've been doing it with X's on occasion back to deal with Laves, and occasionally just sending full heroes back. But regardless, right now with this 30k gold lead, 40-minute mark coming around, we do have that next set of neutrals as well, which I think I saw a leveler completed. Timeless Relic was done for the Kunkka, but leveler done and on Clinks, that's a little bit scary. Mid one, if he gets free reign onto these buildings, things could turn around rather rapidly. But you can see VP, they're stopping that madness by just pushing through this bottom lane.
All right, so there's no buyback on OG, but there's also no buyback on Svet.
Okay.
So worst case scenario could be kind of bad. Like, let's say they get a double black hole on DM and Epileptic Kid because they're standing next to each other, which they probably never should be. That could be a problem.
Also, Lincoln, they only needed one. They got him caught. They tried to jump in. Oh, the flip came out afterwards. So the point in the other to break it. And look at the damage coming out from Epileptic Kid. Sasha's gonna die. 4 are dead in less than 3 seconds. And now the last one afterwards, mid one trying to escape, but he won't be able to. And run it down mid. GG is called. Virtus Pro taking game number 1.
Did you see how close that was?
Yes.
If they had a caught DM in there, that actually could have been quite bad.
Yeah.
I mean, wow. Okay. It's like they both realized at the same time, oh my God, don't stand next to me. Like, we cannot be in black hole range. And they both like panic spread, and then suddenly Epileptic Kid's in a black hole. So again, taking away potential conditions for OG